In today's episode, I want to discuss a theory I recently concocted about two cult classics, Baby Boy and Poetic Justice. As we may all know, Hollywood scripts usually undergo changes prior to production. In this instance, I come to feel as if Baby Boy may have undergone more changes than writer-director John Singleton originally hoped for. This theory is based on a few facts that myself as a filmmaker and student of the art have mentally collected throughout the years and recently reflected on. So let's dive into it. It's no secret that Tupac Shakur was supposed to star in both John Singleton films Higher Learning and Baby Boy prior to his death. It is said that Singleton and Shakur took a liking to one another during the filming of Poetic Justice, leading to a brotherhood based on mutual love for the art of filmmaking. Subsequently, Tupac was cast for Singleton's 1995 Columbia Pictures film, Higher Learning, along with Leonardo DiCaprio. However, a majority of this cast would back out of the film after Tupac's arrest shortly before filming began. Shakur's role was then filled by Juice co-star and friend Omar Epps. Upon Tupac Shakur's release, he and John Singleton were set to work with one another yet again, but an alleged falling out would occur between the two, with no reconciliation seen as Tupac's death would prevent it. Singleton later mentioned in interviews that the script for Baby Boy had been written long before Pac's death, with him in mind to portray the main character. With the previous information in mind, I began to recall some of the characteristics of Tupac's Lucky character in Poetic Justice. He was bald, he lived with his mama, hot-headed, and he had a child. The only difference would be that the child's gender was switched. While Lucky also did have a main sidekick, Tone Locke's character was one of the only friends that Lucky was shown to have. Other than that, his only friend was the nigga that brushed his hair in every scene.
Find a fucking bus, you little punk.
Lastly, the death of a cousin that Lucky considers to be a brother parallels Jody's losing his actual brother, as we see the aftermath in Baby Boy and how it mentally affects Jody. Aside from being from the hood, both Lucky and Jody were straight-laced dudes trying to stay out of trouble. While being far from saints, they were trying to live relatively right, but had flaws just as every other person living in similar environments, or really just every other person living in general. While many of my comparisons may not be accurate, they are all in theory and are in no way proven to be factual. However, I would like to know your thoughts and opinions below. Drop a comment and let me know if you think I'm right or wrong, and I'll get back with you ASAP. And see you in the next episode of The Forgotten.